here we go. So, hey everyone. Here on a Thursday. Looks like a Thermi? Thermians. The Thermians from the Clap 2 Nebula. Looks like a stormy day out there today. Here to recap KBO from overnight. Recap a bit of where things stand on the golf right now. Do a little bit of gambling on an Xfinity race that's coming up in a couple hours. So we'll get that taken care of today. And then do some more KBO for tomorrow. There is also another Xfinity race tomorrow, which we will be doing that as well. But that's another evening race, so we'll do that as part of our stream tomorrow. I don't remember what time I'm scheduled. I'll be on early enough to do the stream. I'll update my schedule for whatever works to make sure we can get that Xfinity draft in time. So I guess I'll do my. You know what I'll do? I'll start doing my my year long recap of gambling at the end. Once we go through everything. But before we get into the gambling, I'm going to run through my quick memory for the year. This is day 3 of 366 days. Today's memory is getting to see the original flute from the episode Inner Light from Star Trek: The Next Generation. As you can see, I've got the comic books behind me. I'm a comic book geek. In addition to that, I've always been a Star Trek geek. Pretty much all science fiction. I love Star Wars. Love lots of different. If the Matrix, if you want to count that, science fiction and all that. But I watch Star Trek a lot. All the series, and the Inner Light is possibly my favorite episode from anywhere. It's a great episode where, if you haven't seen it, if you're not a Star Trek fan, you can still check out this episode because it is pretty much a standalone that does have repercussions throughout the rest of the series at times. But it's just a great story where Picard gets kind of a strange probe reaches out and connects to his head, and Picard starts living this life inside his head. And over the course of the episode, he lives this entire life. He lives into his 90s, 80s, 90s. Eventually believes that the Enterprise was just a dream of his, a fever dream, and that what he's experiencing now is real. And he goes through this whole life, and it's just really, really fascinating to watch the character change and his interest in the stars and the whole life that he leads. And at the very end, it's revealed that the planet is about to be destroyed, and then they admit to him when he's in his 90s in his alternate reality that you remember the probe, and then he comes to and finds out that it's only been like 10 minutes of time has elapsed on the bridge of the Enterprise. And when they open up the probe shuts down, and when they open up the probe, there's a small box. And over the course of his life in this other realm, he had taken up playing the flute. So he had started learning the flute and became, self proficient and enjoyed it. Found it to be a very enjoyable pastime for him. And when they open up the probe, there's a little box with this flute in it, and he kind of it appears in some other episodes and references are made in there. But I've always loved just the idea of that flute. And one time during a visit to St. Louis, K Rock and I were in St. Louis, and it without any real planning on our part, it just so happened that there was a traveling show that was going all across the country, celebrating the Star Trek: The Next Generation 25th anniversary year, and we were able to go. So we went to this museum in St. Louis, and got to go to the show. And there was all kinds of awesome things from the Wrath of Khan and the original series, and you know, Kirk outfits and horror outfits, and Khan, the Khan's outfit from the Wrath of Khan. So they were all there. They were all on display, various models of the different ships. There were other cool things too, like you were able to. They had rebuilt and recreated an exact replica of the bridge of the Enterprise D. Yeah, so it was exactly like it was on the show with the captain's chair and the bridge. The whole bridge was exactly like it was. You get a picture taken there, and there was all kinds of fun stuff like that. But one of the things they had on display the original flute from the Inner Light, and it was so crazy, man. Like I actually teared up seeing it because it was so. It was there with the write up. It was in a replica of Picard's uh, Picard's quarters. His own quarters, and you couldn't go up. You couldn't touch it. You couldn't get near it and all that. But it was one of the one. I guess there were six flutes or something like that were made for the episode, and this was one of the ones that was used in the episode. So it's a geeky memory, but it's one of the ones that I'll never forget. So there you go. Now on to gambling. So let's recap first of all. We'll run through where things are. Hey, Monk! I just got done running through my memory for the day. I'll be posting it later. Uh, it was a good one. It was a fun one. Oh, good. You saw it. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I'll post that. I'll be posting that on Facebook and stuff a little later whenever I'm through it. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's one of my nice little geek memories from St. Louis. It was a good time. But so running through the gambling now, we'll touch base on golf first, and here's where we stand on golf. We're gonna need to dig ourselves out of this golf hole at some point. Um, so again, we had two lineups going here in the golf. One in the big massive $3 massive tournament, which is not this one, and then a $20 I think. Also fairly large, 9,803. The golf hole, right? I did. That's what I said. But uh, again, you get right here, Domin crushing us. A +7. I mean, this guy's top 25 finishes in 5 of his last 6 events. The one that wasn't was like a 46 or something like that. And he does a 154 at +7. Jesus. So he's killing our teams here. He's gonna crush our bets, because we had money on him. Um, Cantley's in the running for possibly, no Hideki's up at -5. Out of that group that we have a bet on, with him. Hideki's at -5, so he's only 3 strokes ahead of Cantley, and I think Justin Thomas is at -4, so he's ahead of him. But everyone's there, and, so Cantley's alive for that bet. Justin Rose also went +2 today. Um, that guy, he's cursed for us, I think. We'll see. I mean, he's +2. You know, I'm thinking the the cut line tomorrow might not be that bad. It might only be if you look right now, I mean, even is 64th. So it might be an even or a -1 cut line tomorrow. Uh, if so, Fowler can definitely make that. Uh, that does. I mean, it doesn't even eliminate Dahlman if he was able to shoot I think Morikawa shot a -8 today and is leading. Um, Dahlman comes back and shoots a -7 or a -8. He could make the cut, but I ain't gonna bet on that. So I'm counting Dahlman as money lost. We're gonna lose that money. Um, we can still hope for Cantlay. We can still hope for Fowler to make the cut. Streelman is around -2, I believe. And we have him for a top 30 bet, so I think we have a chance there. And then the other guy that we put some money on, Fitzgerald, Matthew Fitzgerald. He's in the same boat as Rose. Yeah, I think he's around the +2 mark the last I checked. So uh, if we get anything out of our sports book bets, uh, this week we'll be happy. Obviously, it's also going to Dahlman right now, Hubbard at a +2, on at a +4, all bad, all bad, all bad. So that's just going to crush our bets there. So right now, golf is putting us in a bit of a hole for this week, at least on Thursday. And that carries over to this team as well. Um, Again, because we have Dom in here, we have Hubbard, and we had Wu. So all of them, none of them doing well. Now I mean obviously Wu and Hubbard aren't out of it. Wu still has some holes left to shoot today. Uh, yeah, but again, I'm not putting any stock in any of these right now. So that's where we are as far as the golf goes. Now let's recap our Korean baseball from yesterday. And if you remember, we entered a $44 single entry 139 person tournament. This was our team, and you can see 148.5, pretty good. This was good enough for sixth place. That's a $175 win for us there. So that is going to obviously make the golf right now sting a little less. So $175 back to us, a $44 entry. So it's a $131 profit. So that's great. That's great. We need to keep on doing well with Korean baseball. You can take a look at what we did here. Kantara, that was the guy that I said was the lock, even though he wasn't the highest priced guy. Yesterday, I advised that Alcantara would be the lock, and he sure was. 34.55 points, outdid everybody. 7 scoreless innings pitched, only gave up 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, 1 win. So, good pick there by us. Also went with Jokic, who we call the Hulk, because he is happy and strong like the Hulk. Um, I was a little worried. I thought, man, highest priced arm. Is he worth it? It was all right. I mean, you can't complain at 20.95 points. You'd like to see be a little higher in the 20s, but hey, definitely take it. 7 innings pitched, only 2 runs, gave up 8 hits. That was the downside of it. 5 strikeouts, but we got the double win on both of them. Alcantara only being 36.7% owned in that league was a big boost for us. That was awesome. Um, so that was great. Uh, we were good enough for 6th place, even with one of our position guys, our money saving catcher for the Giants, getting shut out. Uh, that was disappointing. Romac, who I was really hoping would get a home run, didn't. Um, but got his 5 points, okay. And then definitely the meat of the order, the one that worked for us. Park, man, Minwoo Park, only 7.9% ownership. I guess it might have been his price tag. Uh, you know, I kept on shuffling things around because I wanted to figure out a way to get him in there as part of my Dino stack. Would have been easier if I would have just fucking abandoned Romac, but I didn't. Um, but still, I got Park in there, and only 7.9% ownership, but 3 hits, a double, a stolen base, scored 2 runs, 20 points. Sure, Han was the all star from last night's uh, roster. Only 2,600. 2 hits, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 32 points. Perfect. But he was almost 31% owned for a position player other than catcher. That's pretty high ownership. So it was good. I mean, still good. 79% or 69% of the people did not have him in their lineup. So that gave us 32 points that other 69% of the other teams didn't have. You got No, who hit a grand slam for the Dinos. We'll take that for 20 points. And then, heck, even Choi, even though, Romac was our main guy for the Wyverns, we went with Choi, batting leadoff, 2,900. He got a hit, he got a walk, and he stole a base. 10 points for 2,900. Can't complain about that. And then these, Na's been disappointing in the he's a hot. You can see 33.8% got 1 hit. A lot of people, I'm sure, when they saw the Dinos had 8 runs, they were like, "All right, what did Sung Bomb Na do for me?" He didn't do much. But again, 6th place, $175 win. This is since June 30th. This is our 4th Korean baseball lineup that finished in the top 10 of various contests that won at least $150. So very gotta keep it up. Gotta keep it up to. I mean, sure, we had a great Korean and golf last week, but golf's not looking great for us this week. So, got to keep up the steam here on the KBO. So, So again, this was a $44 single entry, 139 person KBO entry. This was good for 6th place in that tournament. It was good for a $175 return. Let's move on now. Okay, well, that's all that we have to review, actually. We don't have nothing else to review. Tomorrow we'll be touching base on the golf again and see if it's as dire as it appears today. What we'll do now is we're going to move into our Xfinity race bet for today and our KBO picks for tomorrow. Oh, right. I don't know why I have that set up that way. I'm probably going to enter 2 um, KBO lineups. Well, I'm going to do two KBO tournaments. I think it might be the same lineup in both of them, even though one of them is going to be a single entry and the other one's going to be a larger GPP tournament. Um, I think I'm going to just go with the same lineup on both because uh, there's some rain issues happening in KBO for tomorrow, lining up that way. Um, because yeah, there are rain issues for the Lions Wiz game, the Wyverns Eagles game, and the Dinos and Giants game or Twins. Yeah, Giants Twins game. Um, so I might just build a lineup that focuses on the other two games and enter them into the single entry and the GPP. Although I don't normally do that, I might do that here just on the off chance that those three games all do wind up dropping, and there's only two games that get to be played full. If I can stack appropriately on those two games, and again, with these games happening at 5 o'clock in the morning East Coast time, you have a better than normal chance where there are going to be some players who don't catch. Hey, who started? Is this game delayed? And especially with baseball here, the games could start and your lineup is locked. And then if they get rained out after a couple innings, you're going to lose some players. There's going to be some tough decisions some people are going to make, but I'm going to look to maybe just try to avoid those, and and just see what happens. Just see what happens. But for now, let's move over to the NXS Xfinity race that's happening today. This is going to be this is our 22-22 entry. Um, it starts in a couple of hours, and there's still only 449 of 794. I don't know exactly what I don't know exactly what's gonna happen there because this is part of the leaderboard competition. It doesn't say that the tournament has to be filled. I'm sure it'll wind up filling up at the end. It could be there could be some. Hey Rev, how's it going up there, man? I just got done recapping my Korean, my golf struggles from today, but my Korean baseball success. Um, and we're about to jump into the Xfinity race that is starting in about 2 hours, and see if we can sort out some lineups for the Xfinity race. But yeah, like I mentioned to you last night, was it right? Last night on the big room stream, right? Trusted, yeah, man. I had another tournament today, $44 single entry tournament, 139 people. I finished sixth. So good for $175 back to me. Totally made up for the golf struggles of the day. Um, but right now I'm going to jump into the Xfinity race. I don't know why there's only 449 people entered into it so far. Again, this is part of the leaderboard thing, the leaderboard contest. It could be that there's not a lot of articles out there right now. I know RotoWire and Rotoscope, but none of them have any articles written on this Xfinity race. Um, so I'm going to base my selection from CBS Sportsline model, a projection model that runs the. What they do is they simulate the race 10,000 times, and then give you what is the projected, who's projected to finish first, second, third, all that. So I'm just gonna base my our picks here off of that and see what we can build. I haven't looked at this yet, so we'll be building this lineup as we go and see who can we fit in where. Um, Briscoe is the heavy favorite to win this race. He's a 5-2 odds, so everybody's picking him to win this race. Starting in seventh, I like that. So I would like to try to get Briscoe in, if at all possible. Algier starting in 10th. He's a pretty heavy favorite too. He's 5-1. And he's projected to come in second. Be very, very difficult to get both of them, but it's possible. Graxon is up there at a 9-2. He's projected for third. That's not bad. Chastain. Cindric, we're going to avoid. Model didn't like him. They have him dropping down to finishing in fifth. It's not bad with him starting in 12th, but 10,900 would be a bit much there. Burton. This is Jack Burton, Pork Chop Express. He's starting in fifth. They got him maybe going sixth. I don't know. Brandon Jones, Snyder, Haley. Okay. Jeremy Clements is the first number here that may be a what's the story with Jeremy Clements? I must have missed him. Oh, there he is. Okay, Jeremy Clements is starting 20th. He's 8,900, so he's not really a money saver either. So there are no money savers projected in the top 10. Although I may have to look into maybe a bet on Clements if those odds are right. I mean, he's showing us 300-1. I wonder what his odds are for top 10 or top 20 or anything like that. Let's see. Well, we'll worry about that later. Riley Herbst. He's 8,400. Still not a money saver. He's still above average in terms of cost. Anthony Alfredo. Alfredo. He's our first below average priced guy. And he's being projected at 12th. He's starting at 11th. All right. Jeb Burton. I got two Burtons here. Man, I'd have to almost. We'll see. I'm very tempted to go with the Harrison Burton and Jeb Burton and call it the Pork Chop Express team. Jeb Burton. Jeb Burton's up there for starting in third. Moffat. Man. Arnett. Don't like that either. Starting in fourth. He's projected to be down around 15th. Siege here. Starting in 8th, 7,200. Josh Williams is 7,900. 18th. Projected to be around 17th. Martin's right there with them. Good Lord, man. There are no. It does not look like there are any real money savers here. Everybody looks like they're priced well. Kyle Weatherman. No, he's not going to get much points. Alright, so there's going to be some guys to avoid. We're going to avoid Steven Light. He's only 5,300, but he's starting 29th. And he's not projected to do anything. Garrett Smithley is starting in 15th. He's only 4,800. We're going to avoid him. Just, he's not worth any kind of money saving. Kyle Weatherman. That is Weathertop. 30 down. Right, we're going to avoid him. Ronnie Bassett Jr. Starting in 22nd. No. Cody Vanderwall. No. Jesse Little. No. B.J. McLeod. No. Colby Howard. No. Matt Mills. Matt Mills. All right. Matt Mills is the first decent money saver that we're going to look at. He's starting in 35th place. The model is projecting him to be around 28th. Obviously, that's not super, but if that held true, that would be 7 points up. So he would get us at least a 7-point place differential bonus. So we got Matt Mills here, and then we got Vinnie Miller. Didn't Vinnie Miller used to play guitar for Kiss? Back after Ace Frehley? That's Vinnie Vincent. Still, could be the same guy. It's not the same guy. So Matt Mills and Vinnie Miller, these are not bad. That's not a bad possible combo for money savers here. Let's see. After Matt Mills and then Vinnie Miller. Mason Massey. His name's Mason Massey. Mason Massey, 26th start. He's projected to be right around that position. But there's no value there. Bailey Curry. Did I miss Bailey Curry? Bailey Curry. Oh, there you go. Bailey Curry's in 27th. They're projecting Bailey to move up a couple spots. Chad Fincham. 32nd place, remember 32s. Chad Fincham, 32nd place, projected to move up to 24th place. All right. Joe Graff Jr. Joe Graf Jr. right there, 31st place. Projected to move up to 23rd place. Okay. Jeffrey Earnhardt is at 24th. 22nd. All right. Timmy Hill, 33rd place. Projected to move up to 21st. That's not bad value there. I'm liking Timmy Hill. Timmy. Brandon Brown going to hold steady more or less. Alex Labby. Too expensive. Tommy Joe Martins, 7,700 here. He's at 36th. He's ready to move up to 18th. That's strong value there on Martins. Josh Williams, all right. Ryan Siege, dropping down there. Michael Arnett. Right there, 4th place. He's projected to drop. Brett Moffitt. His name is Moffitt. He's projected to stay right around there. And then we get back to Jeb Burton. All right. Well, I am liking for sure looking at Martins here to move up from 36th place at 7,700. We can get some points there. And then I'm very much looking at possibly, Chad and Joe Graf Jr. right here. If we take both of them, okay, that moves us up to the 9,700 range. If we would throw Briscoe in there, what's the note on Algier here? Oh, okay, that was from last week. Inspector Gadget. So, looking up here at the top, man. I think, okay, we might have to look at Snyder here. Snyder at 9,300, starting at 28th place. He's projected to be at 8th. That's a lot of potential there. If we take a look at getting Snyder in there, that jumps us up. That jumps us up to 10 grand. Now, I still got an option here at Clements, starting at 20th, having him finish around 10th. Not bad, but I would love to get. I'm tempted to get Graxer just because he's starting on the pole, and you don't, some of the points you never lose in the NASCAR races is laps led and fastest lap. If Graxon can come right out of the gates and lead a number of laps, that would be good. But where we stand right now is, we can't, if we're going to go with this lineup, we can only grab one of these top 5. We can only grab one out of Chastain, Algier, Gragson, Cindric, and Briscoe. Um, if we went with Briscoe, then that drops us down to where we couldn't even get. Well, we don't really like Lab anyway. We don't want Lab. But man, we can't get Clement either. Man, we could get. If we took Clement, we could get Clement and then anybody except Briscoe. Am I right? No, I'm wrong. No, I'm right. Right? If you took, yeah, we take Clements, yeah. We could get anybody that we would want except Briscoe. If we roll that way. Snyder is a must. You have to have Snyder. I know 9,300, but you got to have Snyder, and we got to have Martins, right? We got to have both of them. There's nobody else. Thunder. There's thunder outside. There's nobody else. Yeah. The two biggest values in the top 10 would be Snyder and Clements. Those would be the two biggest values. Now, Herbst, on the other hand, Herbst is projected to come in 11th. And he's in 23rd. Now, he would allow us to go with Briscoe. I think we're probably going to do that. I think that's probably what we're looking at. That's what I'm probably looking at. I would say my advice to you, if you're looking to gamble on this race, I think that you have to have Martins in your lineup just because he's starting in 36th and he's projected for a top 20. And you got to have Snyder. Snyder's probably the lock overall because he's projected for a top 10 finish and he's starting in 28th. So I think you almost have to go with Snyder's definitely a lock. Snyder's definitely going to be a lock. I'd say Snyder's your lock. Snyder's your lock. Martins is a lock. So you gotta lock those two in. I am saying I gotta go with Briscoe. Just the odds are so heavy in favor of him. I feel like you gotta go with Briscoe. If you're not gonna go with Briscoe, I would lean towards. I would skip. I lean away from Cindric. 12th place. Just too much. I don't like the money. I don't like the money here. He's starting in 12th. He's projected for top 10. He's projected for top 5. 5th place, actually. But that's a lot of money, man. 10,900. It's too much. If you're looking for the top guys, I'm looking at Briscoe. I'm looking at Gragson. I'm looking at Algier. Algier's pretty good actually. 10th place, and he's really projected to be right there. Man, that would be nice. In order, I'd probably go Briscoe, Algier, Graxon in that order for picking your top guys. So I will wind up finishing up that lineup and maybe even touch base again tonight as it goes because it's starting in a little under about an hour and a half, I think. So so there you go. So then let's move on over there to the one. Got an error. Okay. All right. So let's move on over to the what should we call it? KBO. Like I said, I'm going to. I think I'm entering one lineup, and I'm looking at a right here a $15 GPP, which is going to be 2,352 people. I don't remember the top whatever gets paid, but I think this is like a 70 entry max. But I'm just going to enter the one lineup, and then I'm also going to enter a $12 single entry lineup. Let's move this down so we can see everything better. Does that work? Yes, that should be good. All right, so yeah, so again, you can see the Dinos and the Twins are in some potential rain issues. The Wyverns and the Eagles are potential rain issues, and the Lions and the Wiz are potential rain issues. So I'll also tell you this: don't I wouldn't even bother with CBS Sportsline when it comes to the Korean baseball. The advice they give you is useless. Is that 9 out of 10 times it's useless. Like, who are your top picks for Friday? Sungbum Non, Jose Fernandez. No shit. That's everybody's top picks every day. You don't need to say Sungbum Non, Jose Fernandez are your top picks. I should do a run through of the CBS Sports Line KBO advice and see how often. Who's your top picks for today? Sungbum Non, Jose Fernandez. Thanks. Not helpful. Um, all right, so not having not looked at this at all so far, other than the potential weather. You know, um, yeah, I am. I might wind up. Might wind up doing a secondary lineup like I've done in the past, where uh, we don't one where we consider the rain, one where we don't consider the rain. Um, I don't know though. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're gonna build this first one on us considering the rain and looking to avoid 3 out of the 5 games and focus on the Bears, Giants, and the Heroes and Tigers. Okay. And my initial thought when I was looking at this lineup was, hey, I'm gonna go with a pretty heavy. I might go with a double stack here. Go right here, Yang and Choi. 89, 86, and then focus on the Bears with a stack. And then if we get any kind of rain happening here, we're in a fairly strong position. And I think I want to follow through with that gut instinct right now. Um, although Flexen's not a bad option either against the Giants. Let's take a look at these guys. Flexen Flexen had a very, very bad outing last time. Overall, he's 3-3, 51 strikeouts. He's only given up 3 home runs. That's pretty good. Who messed him up so bad last game? Oh boy, the Eagles. You don't expect to see that. Um, okay, don't like Flexen. He seems to be going through some struggles right now. Rusinski, sure, I would like Rusinski, and I would, but we're gonna avoid him. So we're not even gonna look at him right now, at least for this lineup, because we're avoiding the potential rain. Let's take a look at Yang. Yang had another terrible outing last time. Who was that against? Okay, that was against the Dinos. That's more permissible. The last time he pitched against the Heroes, did all right. He did all right. 10.7. He did all right. Troy. God damn, man. Look at this. Some of these guys have been doing good. Although this Troy dominated the Tigers the last time out. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 6 strikeouts, 30. So all right. So you gotta look at Troy, especially in the way we're thinking right now and what we're scheming. My little scheme. All right, we're gonna lock in Wante Troy for sure. Now, do we like Flexen or do we like Yang more? Yang is more expensive. Flexen saves us money. Yang has been struggling lately, and he played. He didn't do great against the Heroes in one of their last outings. which was just a couple of weeks ago. He struggled. I mean, he got hammered by the Dinos. Yeah, he's got a 5.55 ERA for the season. 8,900. 8 home runs. He's got up a lot of home runs. Mm. I'm gonna, you know what? Fuck it. It doesn't make a lot. I'm going with it though. I'm going with the Tigers. Tigers Heroes pitching combo. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna look at what can we do with the Bears. All right, let's see. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Bears here. Can we hey now. Hey now. All right, there are not a lot. There are not a lot of money savers available on the Bears. I mean, there's not a person under. I mean, their first five hitters. The lowest priced guy is 4,300. They've only got they've only got three hitters that come in at under $4,000, and one hitter that comes in under 3,000. He's their ninth hitter. But that's still a fairly high value. Huh. Hey now. Hey now. All right. I'm going to go heavy on the Bears. Okay? I'm going to go heavy on the Bears. I'm going to go with Subin Young right here. He bats ninth, but he's still projected for at least some points. minimum of 8 points. Let's take him bat ninth. We can always hope that that rolls around at the top of the order, and we get a few more, get some more damage done there. If we're gonna build this lineup, we know we're gonna need J. Oh, coming in at first base, batting fifth. We know we're gonna need Jae-Hwan Kim in the outfield, batting cleanup. And obviously, we know we're going to need Fernandez at second base. Hey, everybody, it's a reminder for the stuff that's happening here for Bedison. It's a reminder. It's very loud.
I'm reminding you. Take your medicine.
Right? Very loud. If we go with those 4 players right there, man. And then the question is, do we go with a few guys against them? Do we go with some of the Giant players? Maybe we do. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup. Oh. Let's see. The Giants. Well, the Giants, they've won 2 on a 2-game winning streak. They're 5-5. They're way down there in runs scored. 4.81. They're only better than the Wyverns and the Eagles. The Giants are one of those anomaly teams where they're significantly better at home than they are on the road. And they must have a lot of home games coming up because they've played 30 games on the road and they've only played 24 at home. But I guess after this series they'll have 27, so that's not that crazy. They're pretty even versus lefty and righty, but they are definitely better at home. Yeah, we're going to look at the Giants here. We're going to move over to the Giants as well. And take a look here now. I'm very hard pressed not to go Juntae Kim. He's a catcher. We need a catcher. He just doesn't appear to be very good. But he's $2,300. Juntae Kim. He bats fifth. I mean, he's batting fifth. Should take him. Batting fifth. 245. It's not the worst average I've seen. It's not good, though. One home run, one triple, four doubles. I gotta take him though. I have no choice but to take him. He plays catcher. I'm gonna take him. Okay, I'm gonna take him. Now that takes us to 3,600. Now we've got a third base option here with Dong Hee Han. Who's also a huge money saver for us. And he bats sixth in the lineup. And he's only 2,200. But it also appears that he may not be that good. 257, 6 home runs, 7 doubles. Oh, this guy, yeah, I'm sold. I mean, yeah, did we have him on our lineup last night, maybe? Yeah, right? The 2 runs. Yeah. Yeah, he was one of our. Didn't we? I have to double check that. But anyway, this guy sold me. I'll take him. Boom. And that makes everything all of a sudden doable. Right there. So this is my. Again, I might wind up doing another lineup. I'll see later. I don't know. If so, I'll update the money and all that. But yeah, so what we got here is I'm saying throw together a lineup ignoring the potential rain games. You're gonna wind up with some if the rain happens, then you're going to wind up with some games that get started and then get rained out, and people are going to lose players. It's an opportunity perhaps for a nice GPP lineup. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to enter, as I'm thinking about it now, I'm probably going to enter this into my GPP lineup and then enter a single player lineup, a single entry lineup into with ignoring the rain. I think that's what I'm going to do. So there you have it. I would say again, looking at this, if you're building your lineup and you're going to avoid the rain, I like the double stack here. I like the double stack in the Heroes Tigers game. I mean, Choi definitely dominated the Tigers last time out. So I would think he's possibly a lock for me, regardless of lineup. If you are ignoring the rain, I would still heavily look at Choi, but then you got to look at Rusinski. We didn't really go through the rest. I can't imagine going with Lim. He's got good strikeout numbers, but yeah, I wouldn't go with Lim. Cuevas. Nope. Nope. Min Woo Kim for the Eagles. That was a good last game, 19.3. Only two good games, 19.3, 19.7. Against the against the Wiz and the hell. Even if you go back one more to the Dinos, last three games, Minwoo Kim against the Dinos, the Wiz, and the Bears has been fairly respectable in all three. He's going against the Wyverns here. I would consider throwing Minwoo Kim in there, definitely for a money saving option if you're ignoring the rain. It's pretty good. Give up 9 home runs. Yeah, we don't like this guy. What about Juhan Kim? He's going against the Eagles. He started 3 games. That's always a bad sign when you've started 3 games and you have 4 losses. That's a bad sign. Total of 15 innings pitched, 21 hits. Yeah, I mean, he's only 5,400. He's going against the Eagles. But, wow. 7 walks and 3 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 home run. That's a bonus. I don't think I could endorse Juhan Kim even though he's going against the Eagles. If anything, I would look at Minwoo Kim going against the Minwoo Kim pitching for the Eagles, which would be weird. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish this lineup up and enter it into those 2 tournaments. Like I said, if you're not worried about the rain, I'd still look at Choi for the Heroes. I obviously you got to look at Rusinski. He's the best arm out there. I would consider Minwoo Kim if you need a money saver option. Those 3 would be the guy. I'd lock in Choi. I like his price. I like his history. So I'd lock in Choi, and then go with Rusinski or Kim depending upon your lineup needs. I like a Bears stack regardless. Um, um, I probably would investigate a Wiz stack as well if you're ignoring the rain. Yeah, I'd probably look into a Wiz stack. And like I said, this Juhan Kim character looks terrible. He's playing the Eagles, and there's rain possibility. Uh, maybe I might throw together a lineup. Focusing on the Eagles, actually, with the Eagles pitcher and Eagles stack, thinking, shit, it's the Eagles and it's a potential rain. You might get some super low ownership going on there. So I might do that just for some fun. But if so, I will update the overall numbers. As of right now, we like I said, we've already considered the we've already accounted for all of our bets as of right now. Everything that we've reviewed, and then we also have two MMA events reserved, and we have an NXS race reserved for tomorrow. Our NXS that we just went through today, both of our KBOs for today. And so as of right now, we are at $882.56. So down about 117.44. Um, which hey, we know that we have $175 in golf bets out there that it's going to be that's going to sink us a bit, and we've already got a good bit of our fun time paid for between tonight and tomorrow going into Saturday. So we'll see. We will touch base again tomorrow. We will review the NXS. We will review our KBO. We'll touch base on golf and see how that's going. We'll do some more NXS gambling. We will do some more KBO gambling. We might do some of the MMA touch up tomorrow. And then we'll be streaming on Saturday as well. So there you go. That's everything. Good luck out there. Be safe. Keep gambling. Good luck. Have fun. And talk to you all soon. Bye bye.